And that's right. Welcome, friends. It is Our Reviews Will Kill You. And it's a new year with some new fun friends, family. As always, we are joined by Baby Yoda, the star of our show. He's in the back producing right now, but he is still here live with us. I am the man you may know as Z. And I am joined. Daddy is home. He's here.
Is he, though?
He is. Daddy is here. And I also have the, I don't even know what's on your hat tonight.
It's the Yukon Trail, I think, or something, in Alaska. Because I went to Alaska!
Oh, yeah, we had a whole podcast of boredom about that. If you want to go back and check that out, folks, and be incredibly bored by
They chronicle my
story.
trips, the one where they made fun of me for having sex with a dolphin.
Yeah, that happened. These are real things, folks. And then we're also joined by the man behind the machine, or is he the ghost of the machine? That's Scott Keebler.
That's right. Welcome back to Live. Let me get my stupid little hair thing out of my hair so I can join you
jerk.
guys.
Scott, you're a jerk.
I know. One more time. It's Saturday night. It's late night for us. Hopefully it's early for you. Some people are already in the chat. I see Sam Jr.'s. I see Noob's girlfriend, still fake as far as I'm concerned. I still don't believe you exist. And you can see we both have a new look going on. I stopped by the old OrkU studios this week and decided they had to redecorate. And while I was at it, I went ahead and redecorated as well. You can see that we got a new look for the new year. Hopefully you all can appreciate that.
You would think that
it will get us 2 more subscribers on YouTube.
You would think that if you had a new look, that you would enjoy some new music that was made for yourself.
Yes.
You know what? I did a million things today, and that was one that I forgot to do. So maybe next week.
Put your own music on?
He couldn't even put his own music on.
You know what? I
for a whole
prioritize
year.
things other than myself. So there.
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Sam Jr. says, cool redecorations. Thank you very much for that, Sam Jr. We're doing our best. And I do think that we now have to start the competition between the OrkU studios and the SWKY studios over there. You can see I'm stepping up my game here. I think it's time you two went ahead and put some work into it.
Well, you can't step up any more than, custom making music for the stars of the show.
Yes.
You can't do better than that.
My theme being the best, of course.
That could be a theme. We should have a theme off. We could do that. If only people had heard Scott's brand new theme.
It'd be nice. But you know what? Why don't you guys tune in next week? You'll hear my brand new theme.
A bunch of chewing and
Noob's never even heard it. He has no idea what it is.
It's a bunch of eating sounds, like a hippo or something.
What is it? AMSR?
ASMR, yeah.
ASMR.
Whole lot of that. Yeah. Oh, don't do that. Let's stop doing that right now and just get right into housekeeping.
Housekeeping? You want me to jerk you off? What kind of hotel is this?
What kind of hotel is this?
So it may have been Christmas. Bootleg says, way to leave suspense for next week's episode. That's right. We know how it's done here. So even though it was Christmas, or no, New Year's week. What week is this? I still don't know, but we were busy this week. When I swung by the studios there, I went ahead and did a video with Z where we talked about some Lucas Studio drama.
Yes, we did. And it was a fun...
He was too busy texting.
Sorry, I was texting people. No, in fact, we did a story, and that's what we'll be doing through the new year. If you want to catch some of this content on YouTube, please subscribe. We'll be doing some short news stories, especially things that I think interest the fandom out there in general. And we did a story about Lucasfilm and how they've been insulting the fans again, especially Star Wars Theory, who's got a great YouTube channel. Check him out. And then we also did a story. Well, yeah, we did a story about Cyborg crying, and whether or not Ray Fisher's going to continue in the DC extended universe. So we've got a couple of those out.
And I did notice one thing when I was over there in the OrkU studios doing that video with Z is I had to use Noob's mic, and I still can't get that smell out of my nose.
Was it in your beard? Did it get caught?
Smelled like toffee, cinnamon, and dried cum.
There's
foul beast.
Fuck nut.
God.
So
we did another video which you forgot about. We did do our spoiler full debate over whether or not Wonder Woman 84 was a good movie. And it seems to have elicited strong reactions from both sides.
I feel like the better debate would be like, would we have sex with Cheetah? Because like they kind of made Kristen Wiig attractive. I didn't think that was possible. Like sort of attractive. Like attractive enough. Like
attractive enough for you to close your eyes and
like
do
a
it.
couple Jaeger shots and I'd be, swimming in that Cheetah
I don't know.
sauce.
I say, Noob, why don't you go ahead and build your own studio? We can do it Studio Noob, and you can do your own videos with content like that. But until then, we're just gonna have to miss out.
Could you imagine he'd have his own video, just him talking about whether or not he's like, is Cheetah doable?
Yeah, that
Maybe we should make that happen because I'm not going to do that content.
That'll happen. It will not appear on Our Reviews Will Kill You.
It's a review and it could kill you if you think about it. It's existential.
I would love it, Sam Jr.
So there is one more bit of something that came by. Hold on,
okay.
I'm pulling up the email here. So it turns out that good old Jay Bird, aka Doc, aka I hate you so much, because
aka associate professor of OrkU University.
Yes, because he went ahead and he threw up the cash money for us to do the one chip challenge this year.
Huh? What?
Doc, how dare you?
Yeah, so shout out to Doc and shout out to Marcus for the idea.
Mark D for the idea.
So so in the very near future, we're going to be doing the one chip extremely hot dead murder me challenge. And he requested that we do this live, which means I'm gonna have to do a little setup because ideally it'll be all three of us in the same room. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys ordered up, and then we'll start working our way to do a special live outside of the studio setup, and we're gonna go ahead and see what happens. It's been around for a little bit, but now it's our turn, I guess. So, I
still don't know what that is.
Well, we're gonna review it.
We're gonna try to review it while we're choking through the tears. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. So again, we're back in the chat. Lissay has joined us. I said Bootleg was there earlier. T-Zap's now here. Thank you all for joining us.
I'm going to do a Tenet giveaway too, so there's that.
Oh yeah, especially on a weird night for us, And look, we hope everybody enjoyed their New Year's, and we're going to review some of the New Year's festivities.
Yes, and the transitions.
And the transitions.
Marcus Cyrus.
Marcus Cyrus, yes. And Noah Cyrus is already Noah Cyrus.
Noah's a man's name, so that's fair.
That's fair. So we'll be talking a little bit about that in this episode.
But we are in a new year, and going into the new year, we still have not given Noob back the responsibility. So let me tell you what we got going on tonight. We got a Florida fisherman that had a very white Christmas. Pittsburg is very full of holes. God of War starts a new war in 2021. We find out is Jetpack Man back, as well as Spider-Man's new suit. We find out tonight that maybe Wonder Woman does prefer it on bottom, and that Metallica is old.
Oh, dude, with that story makes me feel old. Holy crap!
I know.
That's crazy.
Go ahead, and then we have the Ork Tales, our outrageous stories after that. And then, of course, we'll get into reviews. We're going to talk about New Year's on ABC, CNN, Fox, and other major networks. We're going to talk about The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix, because that just dropped. We're going to talk about Doctor Who, Revolution of the Daleks, because that was their New Year's special. We're going to talk about Love Guaranteed and something called Call Me Cat. Whatever.
Oh, dear God.
That's a blind review. We're inventing a new...
So what's going to happen is we're going to actually blindfold Noob and let him review that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our news.
Good news, everyone.
So Noob, if you were fishing off the coast of Florida, what would you expect to catch?
Homosexuals.
No, not all the coast of Florida.
Cocaine-riddled hermaphrodites.
You were close. You're getting closer.
You're pretty damn close. Over in Florida, about 15 miles off the Florida Keys, a fisherman found about $1.2 million worth floating in the waters of cocaine. That's 74 pounds.
That's not
of the
even
good
that
stuff.
much. That's not even like 74 pounds.
It's
is
a
like,
lot of cocaine. It's
Is it
71
though?
pounds, it says.
Oh,
I'm
well,
Googling, so I'm fact-checking stories, so that's why I should have the news.
That's
yes.
good. That's good, and it's good that you're finally doing something. It only took us 3 years for you to finally pick up your hands and do something with them. But
They're saying it's only $1 million worth
Yeah.
of the good stuff.
1 million
of that
1.2
nose
million.
candy. Would you
in 25 packages.
rather snort it or would you
Well,
rather sell
Hold
it?
on, time out, noob. Which story are you looking at? Because this one I found was 74 pounds in 21 packages. This isn't the first time this has happened. Fishermen
this
are picking
might be
up
a different
cocaine
one. You
outside
found
of
a s-
Florida multiple times.
He found a story about a beachgoer. You're talking about a story that the fisherman pulled out.
So wait, that means there's like 150 pounds of cocaine in
just
Florida?
floating around.
Just between our two stories that we found. This
Oh
this
my
one
God.
just happened. I did find another one that happened maybe 2018. This seems to be a common occurrence down in Florida.
I just typed in Florida cocaine and saw what came up.
His story looks like it was published on
December 17th.
17th. So, hey, there's plenty to go around, folks. Just go down to Florida. I'm sure you'll trip over some cocaine.
Yeah, I just saw Bad Boys 2 again, and that's all about cocaine in Florida. So,
It's a real thing.
yeah.
Good to know.
It is. Yeah, Will
Good to
Smith and
know.
Martin Lawrence are in there. They're both black.
And they're still doing that.
support
Don't they
them.
have like another sequel coming out to Bad Boys or something? Or did that happen?
Yeah, Bad Boys for Life happened, and they're trying to spin it off into like a
Grandpas for
series
life.
with the kid. It's kind of stupid, but I'll watch it.
Kind of like what Die Hard did. They're just gonna screw it up.
Yeah, Will Smith is awesome though in that role. So
Is he though?
Yeah, I like it. What Martin Lawrence got kind of fat, so
He's good in most things he does. I'll tell you what isn't good. Pittsburgh.
No.
That's it. And Noob Dude, what
That's
would
it?
you expect to find in Pittsburgh?
I'm just gonna Google Pittsburgh and see what comes up. Probably
Football
iron
teams?
workers that are latent homosexuals.
What? Okay, we're gonna put a counter back up.
Yeah, it's
gonna
counter's
get that
going back
counter
up. I
right
think you're
back up.
already at 4. But
Yeah.
a different kind of hole out in Pittsburgh is a sinkhole. This time it swallowed up a forklift. This is the second major sinkhole in Pittsburgh in as many years. Smallman Street is closed indefinitely. That's where it happened. They said a nearby water main break recently was repaired, but they do not know whether or not it had to do with this particular drop.
Apparently, there's a
Sweet Jesus.
better one in that happened
October.
in October.
Yeah, 60 by 35 and 18 feet deep that almost took down a whole bus.
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty
it
impressive.
swallowed up a-
Jesus.
Yeah, like swallowed up a car or something. So yeah, Pittsburgh is slowly sinking back into the earth.
Isn't Pittsburgh the second biggest city in Pennsylvania?
Yes, it
No.
is.
And the home of the greatest hockey player of all time, Sidney Crosby?
Is he still playing?
Hit him.
Is he? I think so. He's probably
Him,
crying
yes.
about something, but yeah.
Sidney Crosby is still crying about something, but he is still over in Pittsburgh.
Does hockey still exist?
Doesn't it
is
starting back
returning.
up or something?
Hockey is returning on the 18th. They're going to be keeping it to hub cities, so the divisions will be keeping it within their own divisions. They won't be branching outside of it. It's going to be a little bit of a different look, but they do have a season starting on the 18th. It'll be a little bit of a rush season, but it looks like they're trying to get an entire one in. So, yeah, excitement for that.
So
Sure.
excited.
Very. I'd rather watch sinkholes in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds more exciting.
Well,
Why
we
is
can
this forklift on the street?
Well, we know what city Bootleg is from. He says Pittsburgh, where the road is as broken as Sidney Crosby.
Oh,
He's broken.
He's broken. Let him
Oh,
ride.
he's broken.
You know what's not broken and hasn't been broken, actually has been doing pretty good for a long time?
My
God of
penis.
War.
Oh, yes.
God of War is returning in 2021. So far, all they put out is just a teaser video with just the symbol you saw a second ago, the round symbol with a bunch of Nordic lettering. Ragnarok is coming in 2021.
And thick boy Thor.
Thick boy Thor, the thickest of the Thor. He's even thicker than fat boy Thor.
I
He's
don't know.
thick, not fat.
He's thick but not fat. So yeah, he's definitely different. I think he's gonna fuck Kratos up.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we did see at the end of the last game, Kratos had killed the son of Odin and Freyja Baldur, and Thor's sons Modi and Magni. And of course, there was that teaser at the end of it where Thor did show up.
Talking about it like you actually played it, but you didn't.
Well,
No, he's just
actually,
reading off the screen.
I'm reading off the screen because I do research. Noob's girlfriend says he is excited for all versions of Thor. It's a question of how close they're going to follow the story. Ragnarok involves Loki, Surtur, and Odin, and then everyone dies.
So you
we'll
clearly
s-
didn't play the game, so you don't know
That's-
the things that
that's-
we already know.
No, actually, that's what Ragnarok entails.
No, we know.
The story of Ragnarok. Kind of like what we
Oh.
saw with Thor Ragnarok, the movie, but kind of off a little bit. So
We just need more of the giant talking snake.
Yes, that's all we're looking for is giant talking snakes.
Like if he
I've
just
not
eats
seen-
Thor, that's fine.
This is true, and I've not seen information yet on what the actual gameplay is going to be. So far, it was just a teaser with a number, unless you guys seen more.
No, there's no gameplay. I assume it's going to look delicious on a PS5. So
It could be
can't wait.
the title that like really truly launches the PS5.
You mean Spider-Man Miles Morales has not launched the PS5?
No,
Wow.
which I guess we will talk about.
We
later.
will. Yeah, I bought a
Scott
PS5
forgot. Teaser. Oh, where's unboxing? You could taunt unboxing. You
Yeah.
could have made a whole video devoted to taunting unboxing, and you did not.
What do you mean? He got a PS5 before me,
Yeah, but you could have made a better like a video, like a tribute.
or just like a video of me having sex with my PS5.
Well, I mean,
it has
if you're going-
ports.
if-
It's a big system though, so it's a thick boy
It's
too.
a big. What does that even mean?
It's big. Like I
It's
don't know. It's like
physically
if I
big?
got pegged by my PS5, I don't know if I'd walk the next day.
It's what? How does it? How's it a big system?
It's a big
It's
system.
Bigger than the PS4.
It's big and it's a black and white cookie.
No one
It's white
else
and
has
black.
ever even talked about it being big. So why?
What are you talking? Everyone's talked about how thick it is.
You're so,
It's so big.
you're so
The
stupid.
girth is amazing. You can stand it up straight, and it is like wide.
It's
My God.
I don't know.
The center's black, and you can feel that. You can feel it. Should we move
are you
on?
Good.
I'm good.
We can move
Are
on.
you
Are you
good?
good?
We
Are
are.
you good? All right.
New paid 5Gs according to Doc. That's probably true.
Probably. I'm not
And he
even gonna.
stole
I'm not.
something.
I'm not even gonna bother segueing into this. But apparently they caught Jetpack Man on tape.
Oh,
Finally,
Jesus.
because it was
the LA
it was
Jetpack Man.
Yeah, it was a rumor. People weren't really sure if it was real, and now apparently this jetpack dude's at like 3,000 feet in the air. That's insanity.
Well,
like
the first time.
what is
the
going
first
on
time,
here?
The first time they caught him was back in August when he was 3,000 feet up. The second time in October when he
October,
was
yeah.
at 6,000. Now that's insane. This is from Sling Pilot Academy flight instructor that said he was hovering again around 3,000 feet.
So this dude, like that's as high as air. Like I remember that it was a jetliner that actually caught him on film. So, I mean, this is just bonkers.
That'd be pretty funny if he got sucked into like a jet engine.
Well, nobody even knows who he is. He's not even registered properly. Like there's no
You can
tag.
register your jetpacks.
You need flight, like even drones need permission and licenses and stuff.
If you're going to
I'm
fly
sure.
commercially, yeah. For recreational, no. Jetpacks, I believe, are classified as larger flight, even though it's single man. And yeah, definitely need FAA clearance in order to take one up. There also have been talk of like actual scheduled test flights for jetpacks and stuff like that. So the flight instructor, the academy that this came out of said that they're not sure if this was Jetpack Man or like an actual scheduled test, considering the location it was. But it's the first time we caught him on tape. Before all we had was just a couple still pictures and stuff.
I wonder if Doc's ever seen Jetpack Man flying around. Our
think that'd be
reporter in LA.
Something cool to see. I would. I'd like it.
How
I'd be
much
like-
can you buy can you just like buy a jetpack?
I think you have to make them yourself.
I mean,
That doesn't
or you
sound
can
safe.
find somebody that can make them and buy them.
Has
Wow, where
Elon
would you
Musk
buy-
sold a jetpack yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
He should.
No, but the guy put a car in space, so does he need a jetpack?
No, but he could just make a lot of money, and he just makes shit just to be an asshole. So.
Doc says you need a license, and he says it was over PV, whatever that is. Puerto Vista, Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Rico? Nope, that's not a
No.
V.
No.
We don't know. What's a
No,
PV?
A
Vista.
PV, a PV in California somewhere.
No, he's saying it's Pablo Escobar's palace.
Yes.
Palo Verdes.
Scarface.
Scarface.
Yeah, where rich people live.
So yes, because rich people can't afford jetpacks.
Yes, they can.
I'd want a jetpack.
You know
You're
what
not-
else?
Apparently, you need biofuel cells to like. How do you fuel that? Like it's fuel cells. That seems like it could just explode at any moment.
Yeah, that's
Probably
it's like
jet
wearing a
fuel.
rocket on your backpack. Did you ever
Yeah.
see The Rocketeer?
What is that? Is that a show?
It's a movie.
It's a great movie from the 90s.
I only know karate. Yes.
You're a master of karate.
I am.
You know who else has a new suit and probably knows karate?
Batman. Oh my god!
Oh my god! What if you could get that in the new? In that
You
PS5
actually
game?
can.
You can get that costume.
A pretty fucking similar.
There's no
one.
way. It just came out like 2 days
pretty
ago.
fucking similar one.
That costume.
Depends. Have they done an update where this new outfit showed up?
No, but there's like I can't really tell because I have sunglasses on, but that's like a yellow symbol in the center, right?
Why don't you take the sunglasses off so you can see it better?
No, how about that?
Even though you've done it several times.
That's
in
no, I
several
haven't.
back episodes.
Never, ever.
Go
Don't
back
ever,
to
nope,
the catalog.
Well,
Nope. Go right back through it.
Nope.
Speaking of catalogs, in the Amazing Spider-Man number 42 and 63, was it? No, I'm sorry, 62 and 63. I misspoke. We see a new costume from Spidey. It's actually kind of similar to costumes he's had before, like the mech suits and stuff like that, but never before in white and blue.
White. It looks like gray.
It's a
with like
yellow
lava.
symbol, right?
With a yellow symbol on the chest, correct. And yellow eyes, just to make him kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
Color suit in Miles Morales, but it's black and neon yellow. That's it. So it's not that similar. It just
It's
has
not
the
even
yellow.
remotely similar.
Yeah,
It's like similar.
It kind of reminds me of like Wildcat or something, like some of the other Marvel characters. Nothing special about it. It doesn't stand out or anything.
Did they say why they're giving him a new suit, or they just gave him a new suit?
All I saw was that there's a new suit, and the articles I saw just went through a history of his other suits. So I didn't see any information on why there's a new suit. If it's a new
They
look,
wanted to make it a mix. The artist said he wanted to make it a mix of old school and new school. So he thought he could put like cool technology. I think it's a Stark suit, but I didn't read the comics, so I don't know.
So
I just heard. Speaking of Spider-Man, there was a story about there was supposed to be a crossover between Iron Man and Spider-Man 2, with Iron Man mentioning that he made mechanical arms for a New York scientist, which is Doc Ock, that it got scrapped because of licensing agreements.
Oh, you know what? This might be a Stark suit. I'm looking at the cover now. I do see Stark in the up underneath where it says Amazing Spider-Man. I see Stark in the sky there. So this might be a Stark suit.
Bootleg says it's some friendly neighborhood nightmare fuel.
It's not that creepy.
You're not wrong, especially with those glowing eyes. It's definitely
Yes,
nightmare
it's
fuel.
piercing yellow eyes just staring into your soul.
How is that any
thanks.
creepier than white eyes and like or like?
He's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This does not look friendly.
yellow
nor
isn't
neighborly.
that creepy.
He does not look neighborly. Does
Yellow,
he look
white,
like
and
he would
blue.
share a cup of sugar with you?
Yeah, he does, kind of.
No, he
It's
doesn't.
not-
Blue
it's not-
sugar.
It's not as much the coloring in it. It's those eyes that are just—they're like
Eyes.
cyborg. They're like robotic eyes.
It's demise.
He looks a
they're
little
like-
rapey, but that's fine.
Like there's no life behind them. It's just evil.
It's a mask.
Okay.
All
Well, clearly you enjoy it.
I hope there's an update in Miles Morales to have that suit, honestly.
No, you're not going to be playing it by then.
Well,
Yeah, it's like a 15-hour game. I'm like almost done it.
Yeah. Good. Thanks for the review.
well, let's jump over to DC for a second again, and the ratings for IMDb have come out, and Wonder Woman is sitting comfortably on the bottom.
God. Really? That's weird because people were saying that Suicide Squad was the worst. Oh, it was the worst. It was at 6.0.
was.
Those aren't in order. I thought they were.
No, they're in order of
Wow.
No, they're not. You're right. They're not in order. I thought they were earlier. Man of Steel and Shazam sitting comfortably a 7.
Man of
Aquaman
Steel is better than
6.9. Justice
No,
League.
I don't know.
Yes.
They're both good movies. Man of Steel and Shazam are pretty.
Very different movies, but Man of Steel is a better movie.
I can't believe that not only does Justice League beat Suicide Squad, but it also ekes out Birds of Prey.
I rewatched Birds of Prey, and the second watch is like much worse.
Is it? I feel like I kind of liked it the first time, but I saw there was problems with it, and then I can't imagine watching it a second time.
Kind of like Thor Ragnarok, where it's like, oh, this is a really fun movie, and then you watch it and be like, this has no rewatchability.
I thought Ragnarok had plenty of rewatchability.
It doesn't.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Name a joke from that movie. Like,
I
name
know
any
that guy from work.
Substance.
I know. Name anything, but that
name
wasn't in the
anything
trailers.
important from that movie.
The destruction of Asgard. That
That's
seems kind of
semantics.
important.
That's semantic.
And is it though? Is it really?
The
Does it
passing,
really
the
impact
passing of
anything?
Odin.
He was barely in it anyway.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Anthony Hopkins is probably dead at this point.
I do think no, he's still alive. I do think Wonder Woman was better than Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad, but Birds of Prey 6.1, Suicide Squad at 6,
Wonder Woman 1.
and Wonder Woman down at 5.6.
Yeah,
That's really low. Like, that's really bad.
I need to rewatch this just to see if I hate it. Like, it's either going to be a movie.
It got me really mad. Like, when I started thinking about the movie, it made me mad. So, Aquaman 6.9.
Well, here's what's interesting. Earlier this week or last week, I don't know, my days were all blending together. I was on Levels of Geeks with Alex and Nate, and we talked about Wonder Woman. We talked about other things, but I was on them with 3 hours getting drunk off my gourd because I was not expecting a 3-hour show.
How much did you drink?
We did a lot. But we were talking about Wonder Woman 84 was our main topic of conversation, and I went into the show loving the movie, and then by the end of it, I was not as in love with it as I was when we started. With an actual legit conversation with people that can hold a proper conversation, I learned that
it shouldn't take you 3 hours to understand that a plot needs to be coherent for people to like it.
No, we also talked about Tenet and some other stuff as well, some DC news.
You didn't see?
Or could never comprehend.
That's a quality conversation there, Scott.
This is true. Jay Bird says that Noob is still worse than Wonder Woman.
Yes, worse
Wonder
than
Woman
84.
has Gal Gadot, and Gal Gadot is hotter than me, so that's fair.
And so is Chris Pine.
And
Kristen
Kristen Wiig. Okay,
no,
here's a good
Kristen
question.
Wiig's not hotter than me.
Kristen Wiig or
No.
Elizabeth Moss?
Oh, Kristen Wiig, not even a question.
What? Okay.
Oh my God, I would plow her cheetah dungeons before I would ever touch Elizabeth Moss.
I do love how they start the movie out with like, oh, we have to make this girl not pretty. Let's put glasses on her.
Yeah, but when they take the glasses off, she's still not
She
that
looks
pretty.
like a stripper when they like try to make her
She looks
hot,
like an old beat up
but
stripper.
better than Elizabeth Moss on her best day.
No.
Fuck Elizabeth Moss.
I just don't understand why you hired Kristen Wiig to be Kristen Wiig in a Wonder Woman movie. I just don't understand. I don't get it.
Patty Jenkins sucks.
Patty Jenkins sucks.
Rogue Squadrons is good.
Oh, Rogue Squadron is doomed.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman 3 is doomed.
And 4. There's potentially a third and a
She's
fourth.
not going to agree to that. She's too temperamental for that. She barely wanted to do Wonder Woman 2.
That's true. If they pay her enough money. Like, I don't understand. Like, now, I love how the box office is like celebrating. Like, Wonder Woman globally made over $100 million.
Wait, no, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. Globally?
That's still not even half of its budget.
Oh, I know.
Its budget was
they're
$250
celebrating
million.
like in this time now. Like, that's a shitty release in any other time. But now they're just like, oh my God, it grossed $100 million. This is great.
Although it is. It keeps trying to celebrate the success of Wonder Woman. I don't understand why. But I just think it's fascinating that Marvel would have never allowed Wonder Woman to cost that much. They're about to release, whenever they release it, Black Widow only costs like a fraction.
Oh shit! I
costs
forgot
like
about Black Widow.
or no, probably one. I bet you it costs like $175.
How is that not? I'm surprised they didn't try to whore that out on Disney Plus Premium or whatever.
Think about Quiet Place 2. That hasn't come out. They know they need that to be released in the theaters to make its money.
Yeah, and they also tried to whore one movie out on Disney Plus. They did it with Mulan, and they found out that was an absolute disaster.
Shitty movie.
Yes, it's a terrible movie.
Like if you put Avengers Endgame on Disney Plus, like it would force people to do. I'd pay $30 to see it.
Yeah, but regardless of what you thought about Mulan, whether it was a good movie or not, just that you had to pay the $30 for it pissed everybody off anyway.
True.
Yeah, that's stupid. Pay for Disney Plus $30. Like, fuck you.
Disney plus.
Well, you know what? Speaking of things that should piss you off, Metallica this year will be celebrating their 40th anniversary.
And they said they have no plans to stop, and I'm like, oh,
aren't they like
come
87
on.
years old?
They at this point,
how many STDs do they have?
Well,
I don't
let's
know.
look at it this way. Here's Metallica from back in
Oh,
1981.
That's
Ugly
not
as
their
fuck.
first original lineup either.
Wow, they're ugly.
No, not their first original lineup. That's their first signed lineup with Cliff Burton on bass guitar and Kirk Hammett right after they signed him on and kicked out Dave Mustaine.
Dave Mustaine played on Kill 'Em. Didn't he play on Kill 'Em All, or no? Did he not?
No, he played on the demo version, but they re-recorded it with Kirk. And Lars Ulrich is there with a very rapey mustache. That
Kirk
is,
Hammett.
that is creepy.
It's better than Kirk Hammett.
But hey, let's fast forward.
Oh,
They look more fuckable then. Now.
Now.
That's not a compliment though. They're still ugly, but
No, and that's a different base. That's like their third bassist.
That's Robert Trujillo. Their Cliff and Jason. So yes, their third bassist after they had a falling out with Jason Newsted. I like Trujillo better. I think he's more talented. But,
and Newsted?
Than Newsted, yeah, absolutely.
Metallica, even a good band.
They have some decent stuff when they don't sing weird and have overly loud snare drums.
Isn't their
Their
most
stuff
famous?
good.
Isn't their most famous song like an instrumental song?
No, nothing
Enter
else
Sandman?
matter. And Enter Sandman is not as instrumental.
No,
It's not.
Not at all.
Battery, Master of Puppets. You're talking about all these, things that made them big. They're definitely not instrumentals.
The only big instrumental they ever had was Orion off of.
Orion's a big one. Call of Cthulhu was another one. Cthulhu was another instrumental off another album that So they've had a few. They did an instrumental with the new. They did S&M Symphony and Metallica again. Take 2 this year, whatever. A decent show.
I totally did not.
There was some weird stuff in it, but they did do an instrumental with the symphony as well that was kind of interesting. They can. Still
I remember that what was it? Three something clover, 3-leaf clover. That was like a big song they did with the symphony like 10 years ago or so.
Yep. So
that was a good song.
I mean, here's a band that we grew up with, and just so we can feel old.
Grew up with.
I was going to say, weren't they around before you were even like able to masturbate?
They look like Florida men in 2021. Yeah.
That's fair.
They do.
Who's the dude in the black tank top?
The young looking dude.
He's not young looking. He's like wanting to be young, but he looks really gay.
Why? Why does it always go there with you?
Can you just be like?
What are you trying to tell us?
Real manly man, or
he doesn't look like a manly man. Looks like a family man.
Okay, well, you can just say that then. He looks like a family man.
Bootleg samplers pointing out that Metallica 40 years ago looks like Florida Man in 2021.
Okay, yes.
I can see it, yeah. That's probably what a lot of men in Florida still look like. They have not changed, and they're wrestling alligators.
Don't you wish your hair could be as permed and beautiful as that?
That are those perms?
I definitely think Lars had his hair permed in some way.
Yeah, I think they all were perming their hair.
I just don't get how.
But that was a style. They were speed metal. They were a hair band. That was their thing back then. There was a lot of bands that were like that back then.
I think Lars is the drummer, and he's the one with the fun mustache there. And I feel like he was rich anyway, so I think he had the perm going on.
I think his family did come from money or something like that. I don't.
Do you need money to get a perm?
Yes.
No, but you need money to buy a drum kit. I found that out early. You need money to buy a drum kit, and lots of money gets you lots of drums, more than you can handle, which I still have, which I can't get rid of because of reasons.
Why would you get rid of your drum kit?
I don't know. Even though I haven't played in years, I still can't get rid of it. It's just one of those things. Like they've been in storage, they've been packed up, and I just can't bring myself to part ways with them.
All right.
So there's all that. Why don't we just go ahead and move right on to outrageous orc tales?
We're making history. Next now, time for some outrageous orc tales. Woo!
Next on OrkU, it's man versus kangaroo.
That's not the sound effect that I had before. What changed? I
What?
don't know. That was a weird sound effect that I did not expect. It was supposed to be something else. Anyway, our first
It's a nice Christmas present.
Orc Tales, a nice Christmas present. It's man versus kangaroo. Who do you think?
Oh
won?
my God.
Does that kangaroo know the way to the gun show?
What has that kangaroo been injecting?
All the Mexican
Oh
supplements.
my! I'm gonna type in steroid kangaroo and see what
No,
comes
well,
up.
that's a totally different kangaroo than the story that we're supposed to be.
Steroid kangaroo.
I may have found the beefiest looking kangaroo
That
on
may
Earth.
be. But that wasn't the kangaroo that we're talking about. We're talking about this kangaroo who.
Oh, footage of it?
Is that a man?
Yeah, here's the kangaroo. Wait for it, and boom.
Bam!
moves on
Ow!
his
You
way.
got knocked out. Oh my God! The kangaroo jumped through the fence. Jablam!
That's not even like that aggressive of a hit. That was like a love
Dude,
punch.
that would knock you on. It would knock you on your
I'm
ass.
pretty sure I would.
Could you take that jacked up kangaroo?
Yes, I would jack off that kangaroo.
No, is that the only way you would beat the
I
kangaroo?
would-
Is to beat it off?
I would beat the kangaroo off.
Yes, you would cry. You would.
Oh, I would
sob.
go right into the fetal position and start crying.
if you even saw the kangaroo.
Oh my God.
He'd be like,
That would be your
Hey
best
there,
bet.
baby.
These things kill people. Listen, chat is saying that he is jacked, and that is why you do not mess with the ruse.
you do not
Kangaroos
mess with
are
it.
lovable.
What do
They-
you want to mess with that?
I would try to jump in its pouch.
Which way to the gun show? It's a boy, first of all.
Wait, only the females have pouches?
Uh-huh.
This is eye-opening for me.
this is mind blowing for you.
Not all Rurus have pouches.
No,
Wow.
only Mama Kangas.
What we didn't know is Z knows this from his time in the wild when he was working as a ranch hand on a reserve for kangaroos.
Yes, in the
Well, he was
outback.
working in the Ishvalan farms.
Outback.
Ishvalan farms. Where's that reference to?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh my God, you're smart.
Brotherhood. Well, it could be either one. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just ruined any chance of me doing an Australian accent, mate.
It's not
Good
good.
day,
so it's
mate.
fine. So did that
Going to
kangaroo?
Bendigo.
Did that guy like file charges or anything?
sounds
or
like
Yes, he pressed charges against the kangaroo, and they had a
Yes.
kangaroo court.
Yeah, kangaroo
You know,
court.
yeah.
And
Kangaroo
If
court.
they can make a movie called Kangaroo Jack, I'm pretty sure they can bring a kangaroo to court.
Why
You know
don't they
what?
just kangaroo
But-
court?
they found out the charges were frivolous, and the judge was hopping mad.
That was a dad joke.
That's a Scott joke.
That's
That's,
a-
better than a
that's-
dad joke.
Is it better or worse?
Oh,
They're
you know.
They're better. But
Worse
speaking of murderous animals, here's another murderous animal for you, noob.
Oh my God.
Oh, you didn't
Wait,
even kill
elephants
the
are
kangaroo.
not murderous.
Oh, they
Yes,
100.
they are
Did you hear this
so
story?
lovable.
They are 100% murderous. Look
They
at
are
this one.
100%, and they will
Elephant-
disembowel you. They won't
Man.
just kill you; they'll disembowel you.
Elephant disembowels, man. That's this story. Is a man in Kenya had the unfortunate. I guess he was just working in the fields, tending his own.
This
tending
one's
his.
fun. I want noob. I need you to look this one up because I want to see if you can pronounce some of these
Elephant-
names and cities that they're in. But the man, 73 years old, was working in his farm when there was a stampede. Well, it's not a stampede, but the one animal stampeded out and trampled his ass. They found him
Yeah,
with intestines hanging out of his stomach.
Please tell us his name.
Hold on. Oh, Charles Mitzia? Yeah.
Okay.
Killed on his farm in Nathungani, Kibwezi East. That's not a place. East Sub County. Yeah, because it's that makes sense that it's a sub county. The wild animal strayed from the nearby Savo East National Park when it attacked the elderly man, probably because he was being racist towards the elephant. Makes sense.
Probably.
Police from Matito Andy Police Station and Kenya Wildlife Services visited the scene.
You didn't read the good part.
What's the good part?
The body
Intestines
had.
hang. Scott already said that.
Oh, okay. You don't care about the intestines hanging out. It's
Yeah,
fine.
but it wasn't disemboweled. He just got stampeded, and
no,
it just,
that's what being disemboweled means. You have your intestines on the outside.
Yeah, but disemboweled in like the traditional sense, you'd think like someone like cut them out of you.
That's what
not-
they did with. How do you think let's ask a question here. How do you think the elephant disemboweled this man?
He just stepped on him.
So he just used his toes and stepped on him, and that's it.
He was just trying to get from point A to point B, and this Kenyan man was just in the way.
You don't think that the elephant used some tools that it may had to disembowel the man?
His penis?
Do you think it held a sword with its nose, with its trunk?
Oh my God! Could an elephant like suck the bowels out
Maybe
through
it
his
used
tusk?
nunchucks. You don't think it used its giant tusks to disembowel the man?
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's what it did.
No, it didn't.
And then it stomped him.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. Where does it say that?
How else would it disembowel the man? What tools?
Stepping on him.
No,
And he just-
your
and
bowels just fall out when people step on you.
Yeah, it just squishes and pushes things out.
No, it
Just
doesn't
popped him
work
like a balloon.
Yeah.
That does not work like that.
Well,
I
it's
don't
not,
understand.
It is a very dangerous place to live. A week before that, a teenage girl was mauled to death by lions. Her and her friend were out
sorry,
using the potty, and one little girl got drug away and eaten by lions.
There are a lot of made up cities in America, like in the world.
It's not America.
Defulia, like what? Gujarat's Junga.
Yeah.
Yeah, on December 21st, right before Christmas. The lions were very angry.
Do you think they celebrate Christmas there?
Probably Hanukkah would be my guess. In India, there's a lot of Jewish Indians. I think. Made that up. What else? What else? Would a lion or an elephant win?
What do you think?
Probably a lion. It's more agile.
You think a lion would beat an elephant in a battle?
Probably.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Like, how's a lion? A lion would just outmaneuver the elephant, and elephants are kind of slow.
Elephants weigh like 10 tons.
Yeah, because they're fat. Very slow.
They can actually run very fast.
Not faster than a lion. Yeah.
So what would win? A kangaroo? So what would win in a fight? The kangaroo or the elephant or the lion?
Well, kangaroo, because it can bounce. Or just bounce over them and run away. Yeah.
But that's running away. That's not winning the fight.
Living is winning.
Yeah.
Animal
fact with Noob.
Yeah. I have all the facts.
Factoids.
Yep.
Well, do you think these facts would be respected by our new leaders and owners of the human race in 2021?
Huh?
Probably.
What?
Yes. We are about to
Here's our future lords and executioners dancing to celebrate the fact that they'll soon be taking over the human race in the very near future.
What?
They are damn good dancers, though.
Oh my God. Oh
Yeah,
wow. That's got some.
It's quite nimble.
Yeah, that doesn't have arthritis.
No.
What is that? Oh my God.
No,
Look at
just
those
wait.
thighs. Honestly, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Is he doing the Irish jig?
I don't know what it's
My God,
doing.
he's
It's kind of just
breakdancing. He's doing
dancing around.
All of the. What is this?
Meanwhile, so Boston Dynamics, this is Atlas, their parkour bot. And in a minute, you'll see Spot, Nightmare Fuel, that reincarnated as a Nightmare Dog, dancing to Do You Love Me by the Contours, which, of course, we're not going to play the song because we'll get banned.
Verboten.
Oh my God, there's a robot puppy.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a
Look at
robot
that
puppy.
Nightmare Fuel, a robot puppy with a crane head.
That's awesome.
I've seen video. Look at that thing with the mouth opening and closing. That's like a tremor on a dog.
It's awesome.
That is nightmare fuel. I saw a video of that thing opening doors. That thing's just going to take over and start killing us all.
I would buy one as my
Well,
pet.
fortunately, they can't actually think. They can only run on pre-programmed things. So,
Damn.
yeah, you can't actually interact with them. Oh, look, it's a
What is this?
humping wheelie bot. Why is there a humping wheelie bot?
Oh my God.
I don't know what's going on here.
What's the point of this other than they can make robots dance? But this is awesome.
They were celebrating the new year.
Oh.
Yes, it is pretty awesome, though. It is a great dance routine. If you get the chance, look it up for yourself. It's Boston Dynamics celebrating the new year with their robots. They're doing what's like an old-timey dance, like the shuffle or
the Irish jig.
I don't know. I guess Scott's just going to play random music for them to dance to.
Isn't that good? Let's pulled.
No, because we own this music. So
It doesn't get us pulled by us. What if we pull ourselves?
we'll file the copyright claims against ourselves. and get paid exactly nothing.
You know what? I'm watching the video and I'm liking it better with this song.
You can kind of dance to that. Oh, the Charleston is the dance I thought they were doing. So,
Sure.
yes. Watch the dancing robots and enjoy.
There's a Charleston
Look up-
shoe. That's
yep,
a candy.
Look up Boston Dynamics dancing robots to Do You Love Me. It's
Don't need a song. You can pick any song you want.
you pick any song you want. And yeah, just mute it and then play whatever song you want. And you can listen to that song in your $1.6 million supercar if you like.
Oh, you could if that supercar. I don't know how super that supercar is.
Looks
It's
pretty
not-
super.
It's not really that super. They claimed it's SSC is the company that makes it in North America. And this car is called the Tuatara, Tuatara.
The tortilla.
$1.6 million supercar. They claim to run at 316 miles per hour, which would have made it the fastest supercar in the world.
Did it explode
However,
or something?
They found some
No.
problems with it.
It just doesn't go that fast.
Oh.
It's just not fast.
It's just not fast.
It's just expensive and not that fast.
Well, so they played some videos of it, testing it and breaking the speed records or whatever it was. Internet detectives found discrepancies between the reported speed and the actual speed they saw in the video. SSC claimed that the video was an editing mix-up and they didn't play the proper video in the editing bay, which is why it wasn't that 316 mile per hour run.
So it's
they
never
decided to do a
actually
sec-
hit that speed.
Well, so they decided to do a second test run over in Florida on a massive runway, and the car went 251 miles per hour before
Wow.
it broke down.
That means it sucks.
So it's going to explode. Was there a person in it?
Of course.
Oh my God.
How else
You
do you
have to
drive?
drive.
I don't know. Robots? There's
Oh,
robots
yes,
dancing. I'm
robots.
sure they can drive cars.
That is true. On a straight runway, they
Yeah,
probably
just like
could.
press the gas button.
It's not even the fastest car ever, so I don't even understand what they're trying to accomplish with this, other than
No,
steal people's
well,
money.
So the land speed record is like 760 miles per hour, but that's like a rocket car. I believe this is supposed to be like the fastest production car, maybe like maybe street legal, because you do see it has headlights and mirrors and stuff. Perhaps but also you're talking about $1.6 million. So
I say just strap a rocket to it.
yeah, might as well, right?
We're going to buy one for each of us.
Jay Bird's
Yeah.
in the chat. He said it's not worth it. They're test dummies. Jay Bird, you should go buy this car. You did buy us the Super Death Chip Challenge thing we mentioned earlier. F you.
Does he want us to be test dummies? I don't want to be a test
I
dummy.
still don't
are.
know what that death
We
chip
are
thing.
now. I mean, thanks to Bird, we're gonna be test dummies now.
Bird is the word.
He does say that Noob they are hiring test people. So if you want to be a test dummy, you
For
you fit
1.6
right in.
million, I will.
How about for minimum wage?
Nope.
That's about what you're worth.
I'm at least worth $8.25.
Well, I mean, you do kind of look like the test dummies they put in cars.
He kind of does.
That's it. It's really hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go into my safe space now. Oranges.
Eat some oranges.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have the same you have the same complexion.
What
And,
does it
and,
mean?
and under that hat, you're just as bald.
Oh,
Nope. No, that's a trap. You're just trying to get me to take off my hat. Oh,
your eyes are just as tiny
I
as the
see
test
what
dummies.
you're trying to do there, Scott.
Uh-huh.
Clever little Migs.
Uh-huh.
Not gonna work.
Yes. So what is next?
Well, since Newton's not going to fall for that, let's go ahead and just jump right into reviews.
Bite my shiny metal ass!
These are the reviews. Tonight, you.
Noob hair reveal.
New hair reveal. My hair is
Uh-huh.
luscious, Sammy. You just
So-
wait.
So let's get right into the new year with what we all got to do on the new year, which was sit at home with one or two of our select loved ones because we weren't allowed to go outside. And we watched the network channels, ABC, CBC, CNN, Fox, and I'll tell you what, from what I saw, that's not what I want. Shit. From what
They were
from
dumpster fires.
what I saw, there was dumpster fires plenty on these shows.
Ah, yes. The one that I found the most interesting was Ken Jeong and Joel McHale.
So a community-inspired Happy New Year.
Oh, they have their own podcast.
Do they really?
I've heard we have more listeners than they do.
Probably. Neither of them are that funny.
No, or that famous. But they were more funny than Anderson Cooper and whoever the guy, Andy Cohen. Or Ryan Seacrest, who was just selling stuff the whole time.
Was he really?
But let's focus on Ken Jeong and Joel McHale. They had Craig Robinson as like a band leader, I can't remember the name of the band, but it was a really good band, like the Nasties, the Sexy Nasties or something like that.
What?
It's pretty good. They were absolutely ridiculous. They talked to who's the running back on Seattle who's a crazy maniac?
Marshawn Lynch?
Yes, they talked to Marshawn Lynch and they're like, "Where are you at? On the moon?" And he's like, "Yes, I'm on the moon."
Was he eating Skittles?
No, he was not. He was, I don't know. It was ridiculous. The one funny part about their show, though, besides that it was just like mildly amusing, is that they had Kelly Osbourne as their like on the ground host.
Nope.
And they had Kelly Osbourne actually very thin now.
Oh
apparently.
my God, is she?
She's very thin.
Good for her.
And they tricked her into yelling at Ryan Seacrest and screaming at him that he was Gollum from
What?
Lord of the Rings. They're like, we want you to scream Gollum at Ryan Seacrest. And she's like, why would I want to do that? And she doesn't know what Gollum is. She has no idea that Gollum is a little creepy gremlin from Lord of the Rings.
Uh-huh.
So she starts screaming Gollum at Ryan Seacrest, which I thought was pretty good because they're on different shows.
Did Seacrest acknowledge it?
I have no idea. She said he saw her because she got in trouble for yelling at them before.
Oh.
Because she's just a rando and just likes to yell at people.
Well,
Sure.
It was a night filled with awkwardness and atrocities. Miley Cyrus appeared a couple times.
You mispronounced
Martin
that.
Cyrus?
Marcus Cyrus.
Marcus Cyrus.
Sing her songs.
Dude, and did
His
you know
songs.
she's been in the news?
That is a man. That's a very man.
She's gone out several times now. And first she said, I don't know, there's two celebrities that I don't know who they are, but she asked to have a three-way with them. And then she asked
Cara Delevingne?
No.
Is there something
Harry
wrong with
Styles
Oh yeah, Harry Styles.
that she should marry him, that she should settle down and marry him.
Harry Styles is like, no thanks.
After he's like, yeah, I dress more like a woman than you do.
That's fair.
That is fair.
Yeah, like she had like a 1.5 year gap of being attractive, and then she went full man.
I don't know what is going on
She
there.
was like 19 years old. She was like before the tattoos and being a whore. Then
yeah, you know what's funny? I will say about her is this actually kind of bothered me, right? So here she is, and like anytime no one pays attention to her, she immediately goes to, I'm going to get naked. Like she's just like, I've got to get naked because there's no other
did
reason.
she get naked recently?
Yeah, she did for like Rolling Stone or something. I don't know. But there were definitely topless pictures of her. Here's what really pissed me off, though, is that on like mainstream news, they've been talking about her images. If you could pull this up, Scott, you would be a saint. There's pictures of her in a Santa outfit.
Nope.
And this is like this is the regular news that they're looking around, like, you know, Miley Cyrus dressed in a naughty Santa outfit. The girl's got straight up like black lingerie on with her tits hanging out with just like tape on her tits or something. And this is like regular news. Like this is acceptable for regular news that Miley Cyrus can dress like, if Santa comes here, he's going to have a naughty time. Like, why is this being? I don't care what the girl does. She could do whatever she wants.
What the man does.
Whatever she wants to do. But why is this news?
A quick search for Miley Cyrus Santa is not bringing that up. It's bringing her up in sexy outfits, but nothing with like nipples across her chest or anything like
She
that.
doesn't have 3 nipples. No, she basically, you ever see one of those cutout bustiers with your like tits fully hanging out? That's what she's wearing. Just type maybe naughty Santa, Miley Cyrus. I don't know. You guys are terrible, Google, but
I didn't even attempt.
he didn't even attempt.
I don't want to see that on my computer.
She had a whip. She's holding a black whip. So I just felt like that was unacceptable. And yes, Mark D, the inspiration for the hot chip challenge. I don't know if we're going to do it next week.
You know who's not a hot chip? Marcus Cyrus.
And then Noah Cyrus performed, and that was just useless. That was useless.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I didn't watch it, nor do I care, because musical performances on New Year's Eve are stupid. But who is uglier, Miley or Noah? Probably
Definitely Noah.
Noah's definitely.
Noah has a bigger, like, weirder face.
Yeah.
So Marcus, I don't know about being next week. I want to set up that all three of us are in the same room going live for all of you for the hot chip challenge. So I'm going to need to plan that a little bit better. The chips are now ordered. Now it's just a matter of getting all three of us in the same studio. So that will be happening in the very near future. So thank you and F you for that. But
You said you had some commentary about Mariah Carey there, Scott.
Yeah, so Mariah Carey showed up and
She was on CNN.
Stayed in the same God damn it. I keep moving things around. I keep switching screens here. It's not working the way I want it to work. So let's do this and let's do this. Now, here's Mariah Carey.
Yes, this is her house.
In the same pose she was in the entire night. She actually never changed this pose. As you can see when she went on to an interview with Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen, the same exact pose for the most awkward interview I've ever seen in my life.
But she was talking about herself and her memoirs that she wrote.
It was awkward. It was uncomfortable. There were many times that all three of them were just staring at each other, wondering what was going on and what am I doing here. Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper were very lubed up at this point. They were very much moving around while Mariah Carey held that exact pose the entire night. The only thing moving was her lips.
Well, they were taking shots all night, and
Were they really?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, and actually, let's just skip around a little bit. I was going to save this for the end, but Andy Cohen asked Anderson Cooper if he wants to do blow. I don't think that audio is coming through to you guys, is it? So
it's time.
Anyway,
he
so
does.
that video was Andy Cohen. He went to Anderson Cooper and said, "Have you ever done acid?" And Cooper's like, "No." He says, "It's time. We're doing that tonight."
Acid is very different from cocaine.
What is Andy Cohen famous for?
He does the show on. Oh my gosh! It's like this weird after show where all the other shows. I think it's Bravo Network. Is it Bravo? No. Yeah, it's Bravo. It's the same one with Top Chef, and he does like the whatever Housewives of. It's like a wrap up show.
So
it's like
not actually
the night
important.
after or like something after with Andy Cohen. It's whatever. He's just a host of a show on the Bravo Network.
So he's not that famous.
No, he's probably more famous for having gay sex and doing blow.
Oh, he's gay?
Oh yeah.
Is Anderson Cooper gay?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're both gay.
Absolutely.
With each other.
No.
Oh.
So who also showed up? Jennifer Lopez showed up in
yes.
Super Dalek outfit.
She dressed as a Dalek.
Whatever
A
that
white
was.
supremacist Dalek.
Yes, she looked like a giant cake, but we refigured her. I would have thought Scott would have had an image prepared of her just looking like a Dalek.
No,
but
I did that for a thumbnail, not for here. You want to judge? Why don't you come over here and do it?
Give me Photoshop, and
All
we'll
right,
Photoshop.
and then we
Photoshop.
have, and then Billy Porter appeared as well.
Yeah, I was
fuck is
not.
that?
I don't know, some famous guy from Broadway.
Billy
That
Porter.
didn't do that much for me. I was like, whatever. He's just like a dude who was there.
The shoulder pads did a hell of a lot more, and then him and Cyndi Lauper had a duet, which was an absolute disaster. Unfortunately,
It was really scary. All these people singing with no audiences. Let me correct that. There were audiences, which annoyed me. It was people in like, they stuck you, you know, those chains or not chains, you know, those metal fences.
temporary fencing.
Yes. They would stick people in those boxes and they couldn't move out from outside of them. And there was like a couple hundred people there in Times Square. I don't know. Like they claimed first responders, but I suspect that they were getting paid or who the hell knows. The whole thing was just ridiculous.
And then
it was
course,
absurd. Why even do it?
And then of course, once they finished singing, they bowed to each other and fought to the death.
Yes, they kumita'd until the night was until the ball dropped, and then whoever was left standing with the least amount of blood had to drink poison.
Does somebody have a
iocane powder?
Which actually, the ball drop itself was even more interesting. I was watching it over on ABC. No crowd, no music. All that happened for a minute was silence and a clock ticking. Just doom, doom.
The hell was that?
Doom.
That was the
That was the
going down?
sound of the clock ticking for a minute with eerie silence, just counting down to the destruction and end of the world.
That's why I watched Fox. In fact, did you read anything about the police presence that was there and what they did?
I did not. I did not catch that story.
It reminded me of Batman Rising, where they had sanitation trucks filled with sand blocking the entrances and egresses from the area.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
And creepy and scary.
Mhm. All of the above. But nothing happened, and it was kind of boring. And like I said, I thought the Fox one was the best. So here's to whatever that is.
I didn't watch any of it.
It's because you went to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I stayed up because someone was giving
Sure.
me shit for not celebrating New Year's, and I'm
What
like,
are
New
you
Year's
talking
is
about?
stupid.
So you just sat in silence.
No, I was playing fucking PlayStation 5,
That's exactly
and
what
I
he
was
did.
doing that as well.
Uh-huh. So let's move on from New Year's. That's what he was really getting done.
Let's move on from New Year's, and we're going to do another quick one. This is on Netflix, just released season 4 of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. The only reason we're going into this is because I did watch seasons 1, 2, and 3. So just to finish it out, I went ahead and turned this on, and I discovered I am not the target audience they're going for.
This is not made for you. Do you mean old white men?
Bit of a background here, everyone. So Scott initially got into this show because of the underaged orgies.
Yeah, but they were never really underage, and now they're just old.
That's fair. I never watched it.
Never happened. It definitely is geared more towards a younger and dumber audience.
So
In episode 1, one of the arguments they had was that there's no sex ed class at Baxter High, and they're going to get sex ed at Baxter High. Although that story never actually reared its head again. That's kind of the trope they went for.
They never talk about plot points.
They never did. They were all over the points. There were forgotten plot points all over the place. This image actually was never actually in. I don't even know where that came from. So that one showed up. What's interesting, there is a dark and terrifying story behind a lot of this. People getting their hearts ripped out of their chests and their heads cut off, and
They just don't
death
show
and
it.
dismemberment, and a baby gets freaking blown up. There's a lot of nasty shit that happens in the series, all surrounded by Sabrina thinking, oh my God, I need a boyfriend. Maybe I should make one because I can't find the love of my life. And oh my God.
So can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay, so this girl, and I don't know what her name is, like Kiernan Shipley or something like that. Am I right about that?
You're close, yes.
She is a different person than the girl from the Queen's Gambit or whatever that other show
Anna
is.
Taylor-Joy?
Yeah, they're different people, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
very different looking people, yeah.
They're not very different people. They do not look very different. They are the same girl, just slightly different.
They look very different.
They do not look very different. They could be the same actress.
No, they could
They
not.
both have big white girl bug eyes. This girl just happens to have platinum blonde hair. They're two different. They're like this. They're similar actor. You know how like certain actors get like they can't act together, like De Niro and Pacino because they're the same actor because they cover the same parts. Or James Caan and there was some other guy that he couldn't act with, like Michael Caine and James Caan couldn't be in the same things. Those two girls are exactly the same.
While you are coming up with that, I am going to go ahead and pull up an image here of
Can you pull this
who
to you?
you're talking about.
Yeah, that girl.
That girl looks nothing.
Just because their haircuts are different doesn't exclude them from being two basic white girls.
Let's see. Let's do a quick switch. Here's Queen's Gambit, and there's Sabrina.
One's
No,
attractive, one's not.
What are you talking about? They're the same girl.
I don't understand.
Absolutely not.
Oh my!
Not even close.
Not
That
even
is a-
close.
That
Because
girl
they
is
dye their
attractive.
hair blonde, they don't look the
No,
same.
you have Sabrina here. She's got a rounder face.
Bring up a picture of Anna Taylor-Joy in New Mutant. She has platinum blonde hair.
Yeah. No, here she is. Well, here's Anna Taylor-Joy from Queen's Gambit. She's got a longer face. She's got a thinner nose. And then you come over here to Sabrina, and she's got a round face with a little like pudgier nose. It's not even the same person at all.
Same exact person.
Not even close.
Oh my god! What is it? They couldn't act in the same. If you tried to hire the two of them in the same show, there's no way it would happen. It just wouldn't happen.
You can't even figure out like, one species from another, let alone, I don't know.
I'm
you're
telling
an
you,
idiot.
they wouldn't get the same jobs.
Nah, not at
They
all.
wouldn't. What else are we reviewing? I'm tired of talking about
I
these
know.
two.
So anyway,
big-
so if you watch the first three, like the first three, go ahead and watch this. It has a big twist at the end, which I'm not going to spoil, but it does end very interestingly. So if you were into the show, check out season 4. It wraps the whole thing up. There's
Bootlegs
no way they're going to go to season 5 with
So
this
you're
one.
both wrong.
So every year for New Year's, they do a Doctor Who special, and this year is no different. Doctor Who Revolution of the Daleks brings back Jodie Foster's Doctor Who. She found herself in prison at the end of the season months ago. I forget when the hell this was. That's where this one picks up again. It has the return of John Scott Barrowan as Captain Jack.
Oh.
Yes.
Captain
that
Jack
was-
Sparrow?
I actually did like the fact that Captain Jack returned. I did appreciate this. Unfortunately, Doctor Who falls into the trope with the music being way too loud to the point that you can't understand what the hell's going on.
Was J-Lo in it?
They had J-Lo was not in it. They had a recycled story with Daleks, which is done over and over again. It actually, I found it disappointing, and it's a shame because I'm a Doctor Who fan, and I did find this year very disappointing.
Did you watch this whole year, this season?
I did. I caught the whole season. I followed it all up. We said goodbye to a couple characters in this show. The highlight of it was absolutely Captain Jack coming back for this episode.
John Barrowman is so sexy.
John
Is
Barrowman
he
is
friends with the Daleks? It looks like he is.
John Barrowman. This is a promotional video he had, promotional picture. This isn't from the actual show itself,
Oh.
but he's a treat. I loved him. Torchwood was an amazing series that had him in it. I loved everything he does.
He's great in the Arrow.
His Instagram is a fun follow. Unfortunately, like I said, this episode definitely was not.
His hair in this is a trap because that man is full gray.
That man is gray. Actually, it's amazing. Makeup department does an amazing job. Barrowman still looks good, but he is older. He is full gray. You can see the years in his face now. He's not as young as he used to be. But they did a real good job of making him look like he
and
used to.
BBC. Wow, the amazing world of makeup in Hollywood.
Yes,
etc.
but it was unfortunately, like I said, the music was too loud so much so that it took away from the words. You couldn't understand the actors. You couldn't understand the Daleks. You had to watch this with the subtitles to understand what was going on because
That's probably intentional.
no, the suspense building, music, and everything else, all of it was way too loud. Definitely not mixed very well, unfortunately. But
They don't want you to hear the new Doctor talk anymore.
yeah, unfortunately, but it was even with that, there was still it was still lacking. This episode, I was a Doctor Who fan for years, but I'm very much falling out of it now with what they've been doing.
Very sad.
So
Sure.
that's,
He's a Whovian.
So that's all I watched. How about something that you guys watched together, holding hands and sharing the same popcorn?
We had our
No.
love guaranteed.
Our love was
Yes.
not guaranteed.
I was that chocolate pudding pop, and Z was the cute little white girl.
Who's this white girl? She doesn't look like those other girls.
Rachel Lee Cook?
Is that who that is?
Yeah, that's
she
who-
acts still?
Yeah.
I thought she died.
No, she's still kind of attractive.
Isn't she the girl who was smashing eggs and was extremely attractive back in the 90s?
Yeah, and she's all that.
She's
and
like,
all
this
that.
is your brain on drugs?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think.
What does she look like now?
That in the picture.
I can't see because you could only roll it down a
Okay.
tiny bit so I could see her face. Okay. She looks like Rachel Lee Cook still,
yeah,
sort
she
of.
still looks pretty much the same.
Rachel Cook.
Yeah. It's a new Netflix rom-com, and it's about as basic as you can get. Here's the premise.
It's basic.
Here's the premise, and guess what happens? So
They
the premise
fall in love.
is Damon Wayans, the child.
Damon Wayans?
Yeah, the son of...
Damon? Oh, it's not Damon. Oh, it's Damon Wayans Jr.?
Yeah, Damon Wayans Jr., the son of Damon Wayans.
Oh, okay.
Senior, is suing a app called Love Guaranteed because they guarantee you find love if you go on 1,000 dates.
1,000 dates. Do you know
Yes.
how long it would? There's not even 365 days in a year.
This man has...
So you'd have to do 3 years of dates?
No. He would do breakfast dates, lunch dates, and dinner dates. all
That's
in
too
one
many
day.
dates. I don't like
Yeah.
the premise already.
And he paid for all of it, so I don't know what this man does, but sign me up.
Millions of dollars.
Whatever that man does for a job, sign me up. And then
Oh, you sure
Rachel
about
Lee
that?
Cook is his fun little pro bono
Assistant?
loving lawyer. So if you were to guess what the outcome of this movie is,
So she's the lawyer that represents him as he sues the app.
about not finding love.
What kind of... This is so one of those shows that's... Or one of those movies that's just going to be irrelevant. Like...
Oh yeah, in like 2 seconds.
What's the one? What's the one with Tom Hanks? That's the one. Like, You've Got Mail. No one from today who was born in the past like 20 years would understand You Got Mail. That's the one where they meet on AOL chat rooms.
That's Meg Ryan,
Right?
right? Meg
Someone
Ryan?
else was telling me about this, that they get emails to each other.
Yes.
Scott doesn't know what any of these things are.
Information helps me.
None of
And
it.
I don't want to spoil this, but just guess what you think the movie ends with.
They
I know what it
end up
ends with.
murdering each other.
Yes.
Yes.
Damon
Spree
Wayans
killing.
realizes Rachel Lee Cook is a white supreme, and he shoots her in court.
He shoots his attorney in court.
Shoots her in court.
That sounds like an accurate love
Yeah.
rom-com.
No one saw that coming.
Then
No
he,
one.
yes, then he becomes the new Black Panther. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Spoiler alert: they just get together and make babies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sounds amazing.
drops the lawsuit because he's like, you know what? I found love. Because
Actually, my love was guaranteed
my love was guaranteed because
this
I
whole
sued
time.
you.
Why did she think that she'd be able to sue them? And why did she do this pro bono? I don't care.
Yeah, it's
What does Tomato Meter say? I don't care.
the tomato meter not great, 56%. The audience scored much worse actually at 36%. So let's read a couple.
So we
of
wish they
reviews.
died.
It is sufficiently harmless and blandly cozy, like a Hallmark Channel movie that somehow broke loose and found its way to Netflix. That's honestly fair. Like that's
a
pretty
fair
accurate.
review.
Before anyone pulls out the guilty pleasure card, no, there's zero pleasure here. No matter how low your bar is, currently set, only pain, so much pain. All right, it wasn't like that bad, but it was like I watched it and then a week later I forgot about it.
Isn't he supposed to be like a comedic actor?
Yeah, like he's not that funny in this, but it's like a movie. It
It's a
exists.
movie.
Is it better than Wonder Woman 84? No.
Is that our new standard of
It
low?
doesn't have Gal Gadot, so no.
Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, but Wonder Woman 84 at least has Gal Gadot.
Yeah, and that is a good new standard to because there are still winning. I will agree with Scott. There are some winning points to it, but when it comes to being a narrative cohesion, there are none.
No, this probably had a better narrative than
Did it
Wonder
have
Woman
a wish
84.
genie?
It did not.
Did it have the wish? Did it have a guy actually wish to become the genie? Which is exactly how Jafar freaking loses. How do you make the same mistake that Jafar makes? How do you do that?
Yeah, this honestly might have had a better cohesive story than Wonder Woman 84, but it's probably not a better movie because Rachel Lee Cook is not as attractive as Gal Gadot.
No. She may be back in when she was like 19 years old, but not anymore.
Yeah, well, that's borderline pedophilia.
No, it's not at all.
Like
She's
by a year.
100% legal.
By a year.
What?
Like a year away from jail time.
Or we're talking. Do we really want to review your history on air here?
What history?
You
18 and up for me.
Full of trash pandas
Oh, boy.
and full of rapists.
Nope.
Grapists. I didn't say rapist. I said grapist.
Grapists.
How about a
Grapist.
cat?
Huh?
How about a cat?
Sure. What's a cat?
Oh, hold on. Scott, can you Google this? I want you to have the description of the show up, and then he's going to give his description of the show of what he thinks it's about and how good it's going to be. You could even pull a review. Literally anything that's that talks about what's the name of the show again? Something
Call
about
me cat or
Call me
cat
cat.
maybe or
Cat me baby. Cat me baby.
cat lady R us. I don't know.
Cat lady. Oh my gosh, she turned her cat ladiness into a profession.
What are we looking at? Maybe let's try Wikipedia.
No.
Just
Do
type
like
in
the
the
first
name.
review. Like pick a review for it. First review you find.
Well,
Review of
here's
Call Me
IMDb. Hold on. I saw Fox. Let's say what Fox has to say.
This show is not making it a season.
It is not. But tell it who's it starring.
Mayim Balak. She's like the one of the stars of The Big Bang Theory.
And she was also Blossom.
Yes, in whatever the fuck
Awesome
that was.
Possum. Blossom. The show was called Blossom.
Oh, was it really?
So am I reading the description of the show that I found here?
After he gives us his blind review and he's never seen the show, doesn't know what it's about.
Is it even out yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's coming out shortly, but
It will be
Noob
canceled
is
soon.
putting on his I'm giving him gypsy powers so that he can give a gypsy prediction of what this show will be about. We already have one. Hold on. Lissa says glorified single Catwoman in the making.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming she is a nerdy, ugly Catwoman.
Nerdy, ugly Catwoman.
Probably parents are trying to whore her out for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably going to be some unattainable guy that she pines over all season.
Mm-hmm.
And if it makes it to the season finale, it might be like, oh, we're going to go on a date. And it's going to be like season 2.
But what does she do for a living?
Has a cat cafe, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what does the boyfriend, the potential boyfriend, have?
I don't, maybe a girlfriend. I don't know.
You think what's his occupation is not having
A
a
dog
girlfriend.
trainer.
He's a dog trainer.
He is a
okay.
dog trainer. He hates cats.
Is
He's
this
allergic to cats.
Is he allergic to cats? Then they'll never get together.
Yeah. Well,
so he can't be allergic
unless
to cats.
love conquers allergies.
Love conquers allergies.
Love conquers allergies.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about this show that you've never seen?
She might breastfeed her children until they're 14.
Does she have children?
No. Oh, Mayim Balak has children, and she like breastfed them until 14.
In the show?
No, in real life. I just
She
had to point
breastfed
that
them
out.
until
That's
14.
fucking weird.
Oh, he just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, she's weird. Like, please leave. The show sucks. Like, what? Nope. Please, no. Hard pass. She ugly. Who wants to watch that?
So, based on a BBC UK original series called Miranda,
Oh.
Call Me Cat stars Mayim Blaylock as a woman who struggles every day against society and her mother to prove that she can still live a happy and fulfilling life despite being single at 39. Which is why she recently spent her entire savings to open a cat cafe in Louisville, Kentucky. Noob, you're right about the cat cafe.
You are a winner. You are a winner in
expected.
life. Did it tell you what the boyfriend does?
All right,
Or
hold on. It was expected that she'd be married with kids by now, but for many reasons she's still single and she's totally
No
fine with it.
And she's
But
not
of
breastfeeding.
course, her mother Sheila, who views her daughter's singlehood as her own personal failure, but Kat remains determined to live a fulfilling life and charts her own course in happiness. Working alongside Kat at the cafe are Randy, a confident millennial and self-proclaimed
Randy.
non-cat person. And
Oh, he's a
Phil,
non-cat person.
And Phil, who recently broke up with his longtime partner. Although Kat
What?
celebrates her independence, her single forever plans may begin to veer off course when former crush and good friend Max returns to town and takes a job as a bartender at the piano bar across the street.
Mm.
So, yeah.
No one watch this show, please.
It's not going to make it a whole
I
season.
want it to be
Isn't it on
canceled
Fox? It's on Fox.
Yeah,
So
Fox-
Fox is ruthless, and they will
Yeah.
the second the ratings dip.
I just don't understand how they thought this would be a
Did
good
Fox
idea.
have Big Bang Theory?
No, CBS had it.
Okay, so they just tolerated a lot of nonsense. They
CBS probably saw the show and was like, yeah,
They
no
took
thanks.
a hard pass, bro.
Hard pass, doc.
So what else is
Well,
is there
right-
anything else
right,
we were supposed
right
to
away?
read?
So hold on, right away. USA Today starts it out with, despite Mayim Blaylock's best efforts, Fox's Call Me Cat is a terrible snooze.
Ooh. You didn't say whether or not you did say it would be terrible and would not make it one
It
season.
does not, like, she can't lead a show to save her life.
Well, USA Today is calling it predictable and humorless. That wastes Blaylock's talents as well as the rest of its cast.
Wow. Well,
Wait. Tried attempts at humor and schlocky fourth wall breaking. Yeah, this thing's going to be a terrible mess.
This will not make the first season. I will.
do you think it'll make 6 episodes?
I don't know how many episodes it has.
Oh, it might make it a full season.
Yeah.
It won't make it 2.
It will. There's 0%.
It's probably
chance.
too much. It probably costs a lot of money. Like, she must cost a lot of money, right? She definitely costs. She's coming for Big Bang Theory. They were making like $1 billion an episode, right?
The main star, she wasn't.
She's in the. I never watched this show, so I don't know. I'm sure she was making bank.
Cuoco, Jim Parsons, and Johnny Galecki were making a lot of money. The other ones weren't.
Didn't they make an agreement to have them all make the same amount of money?
It's like the last season.
Okay, well, that's a lot of money.
Sure,
So
bring everyone back. In a surprise twist at the end, we find out that the cat can actually talk like Salem for the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I just want the season finale just like the cats eat her.
she just dies, and the cats just eat her alive
She
in her
dies
own.
in her apartment, and no one comes to check on her because she's sorry and single and sad and lonely. So the cats just eat her corpse.
Yeah, that's fine.
There you go. That's a review. So there goes our first blind review ever.
Exactly.
There we go.
And
Anything
our
else to review?
And our last blind review ever.
No, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
We
will get
more
to
of
check
this.
back in like 4 months to see if our blind
If we
review comes
remember
true.
that we reviewed it, we're gonna be like, "Oh, we
We're not
blind
yet.
reviewed it."
We're not.
No,
gonna
we forgot.
remember. Nope.
We're very bad. And you have do you have a giveaway you have to tell people about, or did we already do it?
Tenet. Yeah, we already mentioned
Tenet?
that. Yeah, I'll post that.
When are you still doing it?
I'll post it Monday.
So you get a chance to win Tenet.
Yeah,
From this guy.
I'll review
Or
PlayStation
us.
5 next week.
Oh yeah, he's supposed to make a really good video about it, but he doesn't seem to.
No, someone doesn't want to come to my house and
No,
film
why
it.
would I do that? Your
You want
house
me
is
to
full of it.
trek my giant expensive system to someone else's house?
In a box.
Yeah, I destroyed that box. I don't know how to open it properly.
List A in the chat has the twist in that show, the cat show that we need. She buys a tiger and hooks up with Joe Exotic in a plan to break him out of prison.
Now,
I forgot
that
about
sounds
Tiger King.
like a winner. That's a
Yes.
show everyone would
Tiger
watch.
King, Kitty Queen.
And while
Kitty
they make
Queen.
a plan, as they make a plan to kill Carol Baskins, that bitch.
Wow,
I'd watch that.
I would watch that
I'd watch
too.
that.
I think Lissa A should sign up as a scriptwriter. Send that to Hollywood. New came up with the title Kitty Queen.
Tiger
Kitty
King and Kitty Queen.
Kitty Queen.
Kitty Queen. I
There you
like
go.
it. So I think that works for us. So let's go ahead and do this. So if you like what you heard here this week, head on over to Instagram and check us out at OrkU. Check us out at Facebook.com/OurReviewsWillKillYou. And if you're not already listening to us on our podcast avenues like iTunes, Amazon Music, Stitcher, and Spotify, you can find our videos on youtube.com/OurReviewsWillKillYou.
He meant
And-
Sodify, where you actually buy sod from people instead of listening to podcasts.
Yes, Sodify. And speaking of buying things and money and everything else, OrkU, we are happy and proud to bring this to you for free as we always have, but we want to do more for you. And in an effort to do so, we're going to ask that you give back a little bit. OrkU is officially on Patreon.
We are.
We have just opened up the account.
We are now whoring ourselves out.
We
for
are
money.
whoring ourselves out for
We're now
money.
pouring ourselves out. We are going to be putting together special content for Patreon as well as conversations about merch and stuff like that. We're going to figure this thing out. This is a new thing to us, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know exactly what we're doing, so we're going to...
If you
learn
pay
as we
100
go.
noob bucks, you can have me lick Z's face live on air.
That lose your tongue.
That's fine. 100 bucks.
I think that's going to be a tier. That's going to be a gold tier right there. But patreon.com/OurReviewsWillKillYou is where you'll find us. I will be adding the links to, of course, OurReviews.com/links, and you'll find those clickable links on our YouTube and everywhere else as well. So we appreciate if you like to just, be generous and go over and start to donate. We appreciate that. But we will be finding some way to make it beneficial for you to join us there. And of course, the store this year in the very near future will be changing hands to a new supplier where we'll get away from the PayPal only option. But for now, the store is still available at ourreviewswillkillyou.com/store, where you can still buy some merch if you want to deal with PayPal. That will happen very soon as well. We'll change that over. So there's all that. Anything else, Z?
Yes, I will say that if you do decide to become a Patreon or a Patriot or whatever you call it, patron of ours, we will list you in our credits at the end of the show. We're going to redesign the credits a little bit. As you've seen, we have a new intro. We're going to work on a new outro. We've been adding a lot of new music because we're going to try to avoid any more copyright strikes. So we have a lot of original music. Maybe we'll give you exclusive access to all of the entire musical catalog that we have access to.
Good
That's
perk.
like 30 plus songs, if not more.
You could play PlayStation Online with Noob and Z for, I don't know.
You
maybe-
could get, we'll give
Yeah.
up our handles online. If you wanted to play with us, we'd be happy to play with you.
I'll play with you all day.
And just remember, the way that we grow is by you liking, subscribing. Keep an eye out. We're going to have more news videos, more just humorous things that we see. We'll be reporting things. Scott will have more reviews for you as well as he does his technology bent. Noob will sit here and do what he normally does, which is nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And from all of us here,
Look delicious.
our reviews will kill you. All of y'all at home. We love y'all. And on to the next one.